She'll be playing, I think, in 10 today at fly half. Really talented youngster, so young that she actually had to sign a waiver for this competition. She's only 17 years old, turns 18 in a month from now. But plenty of experience in this Cayman Islands team as well, all across different areas of the field. So it's an interesting one, it could be tight. They're just jogging out onto the field right now.
And again, Garvin, Cayman Islands hosts loads of experience coming from their captain, Quincy Cusack, and she's going to lead from the front as well. Look out for the powerful number 8 for the Cayman Islands. She's been so difficult and also one of the star players of the dream team in the last tournament. That's Shamara McCarthy.
Yeah, she was powerful yesterday. She played really well. Yeah, she's a difference maker on that team if they can get the ball in hand for her.
And again, the Purdue University athlete will be out there trying to get the win for her team. Very powerful and strong runner.
I think the best thing about the Cayman Islands is that they're sponsored by the Burger King team. Phenomenal. Made my day when I saw that.
White captain, blue captain. Okay.
So Cayman on your right hand side, kicking off to the Dominican Republic in red and white. Candy Bortz delivering a ball out wide. That's Custodio that I was just mentioning earlier on the top side. Very fast winger. This could be quite an even battle. Dominican Republic trying to dig that one out of the ruck early. Going to start with Pods. Breaks the line. Manages to get all the way to the 50.
And again, you have a battle of experience versus youth out here today. The Dominican Republic players really not gelling so far in this tournament. Loads of players just trying to get it right in a short space of time. And see Molly Kehoe doing what she does best. The youngster just has those dancing feet.
Absolutely, no, she's lively. They've come away with this ball now. That's the big number 8. She managed to I thought she was going to go on that gap on her own, but she managed to go to ground.
And again, the captain, Cusack, just taking it forward there. Deep into the half.
They've got numbers on this side, but they didn't take advantage. They prefer to go to contact. And now they're going to work back across. Very short phase play. I think both teams have got some pace out wide, but a nice little dink over the top. Can Custodio manage that? Ends up in the hands of Gracie Martinez over there, is it? Finally to ground.
And again, great work by DR there to really just get the ball back out after a dangerous passage of play. And they're creeping up out to their 22-meter line.
Dominican Republic going sideways, the covering tacklers come along. Nice little pop off the ground.
And again, it's McCarthy there just wrestling the player to the floor.
Static when receiving the ball though, that's going to cause problems for them. You've got to be in movement if you're taking that ball forward from this kind of position, otherwise you're never going to go forward. You're never going to cross that gain line.
Again, dummy and go there, but can't get around McCarthy. As they sit back deep to boot it into touch. Not much purchase. That'll be a line out. Cayman ball. And again, Garvin, women's rugby or women's 12 in the region is excellent for the young ladies, excellent for development going forward. And young ladies at home can be impressed and can be training and looking forward to being part of something like this.
Absolutely, yeah, an inspiration. I'm sure there's many of the other moms and young girls watching this back home that thinking I would like to try that sometime. And especially on these smaller islands, it's very possible if you've got a bit of an athletic talent, you can get into these national teams and go on these tournaments. They are open many times, so it's almost like having just a small club if the islands are so small.
And with the game of rugby expanding so quickly, there's opportunities for universities and scholarships going forward. So not just sports, but academics as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, plenty of opportunity, especially now in the USA with scholarships. spend a lot of time doing that myself.
And again, the ball just too hot for the Cayman number 12 there. Just spurring that opportunity.
So that'll be a Dominican Republic ball for this upcoming scrum. They struggle to get out of their 22 sometimes though. Need a little bit more go forward, someone to just take the ball, get the basics moving.
And again, with that interview yesterday with Adriana Castillo, she'd explain the difficulty again, all the girls together and really making that initial synergy to be successful in this tournament.
Set. Yes, miss.
Bit of a shove from the experienced Cayman pack. Nice little sidestep there, but the kick is shallow.
In these situations, Garvin, it's better to keep the ball in hand as you just give the opposition back the ball to attack once more.
You've got to use your strengths, that's for sure.
Ladies, this is your clear channel, please.
There's a little bit of a breeze out there, could cause some problems for the line out, but that one's great, well taken, well delivered, and they've got a maul on. Ball's come out finally. Looking to go out wide, out the back pass. If that would have landed to hand, it would have been quite a different story here, but they've got another bite of the cherry, they've maintained possession. Good work in support.
Cayman has done an excellent job of just setting up camp here in the 22-meter line as the captain, Cusack, taking it forward again. But the Dominican Republic has really woken up.
Yeah. Oh, nice. They've taken the ball away and they've got a bit of space on this near side. What can they do with it? Good covering from Cayman. Somehow manages to stay in field.
And that's great work by Zambon, the number 11. She really just took it on her own and just gave them 20 yards of space. Dominican Republic almost on the halfway mark.
Cayman offside, so Dominican Republic will have ball. So they finally got out of the 22. Some good work, some basic stuff. Get over the ball well, strip the ball, and work to the short side where they saw a bit of space.
And again, it's excellent to see teams like Dominican Republic come out here and get the experience they need. And it's something we saw yesterday that came in today now. The ball not tapping through the mark there, and the referee picked it up.
Yeah, quite often people will tap the ball, but they've got to release it from their hands before it's live.
And again, all the hard work there by the number 11, she just erased it without mistake. And now Molly Kehoe will look to pop it back in what I call their home territory, which is a 22-meter line.
Yeah, spent a lot of time there so far this game. She's very accurate with the kicks, very comfortable.
And again, a massive maturity by this young lady here, really just taking the team and controlling it. The 17-year-old, just a girl among women actually at the moment, and she's just sitting in there and holding her own and really leading by example.
Cayman going with that maul. This is obviously a well-oiled machine for them, but Dominican Republic have managed to shove them out this time. Just pure aggression rather than skill, I think, but very well-organised Cayman maul. They've tried it a couple of times. They've realised that they might not have all of the athleticism of some of the other teams, and tactics and rugby IQ is what they're going to rely on. Dominican Republic up well on that line out, coming away with it. Can they keep it in hand? Yes, they can. They've made it back up to their 22.
No hands, no hands, no hands, no hands.
They've got numbers on the top side. They look organised right now. And a good break around the outside. She's got a couple of beats, lots of work to do. She steps inside, she's got support with her. Intelligent move.
And again, Dominican Republic actually drilling their way up the pitch here, almost on the halfway mark. They have numbers to burn.
And just a few sequences where ball has gone to hand well, and it's created a lot of space from one side of the field to the other. Big step inside, nice tackle, Kehoe saving the day. If there was anybody that you would want there, it's probably her.
And again, DR out wide. The captain is screaming for it out wide there. Can they get it to her?
Advantage. Advantage. Blue not rolling.
That's Candy Borch, an American football player and martial artist.
And again, numbers out wide. Can they get it there? Knocked on, but advantage playing to get a second opportunity. And again, the captain may be upset there as she didn't get the ball in what she needed in all that space.
Yeah, DR got had the advantage, so that knock on won't count. So we're good to go. It was somebody not rolling away on the Cayman camp on that last rug. So DR got an opportunity here for some territory. They've worked well to get here. That was great work going across the field, working their way back, and they opened and unlocked the Cayman defense.
And again, we got a lot of Dominican Republic players from the USA. We got Denise Zambon, who played at Norwich University and Old Blues in New York. Loads of experience from her.
Two very good, university and a club, two very good rugby locations.
Also number 6, Mendez from the NYC Village Lions.
Yeah, there's the New Yorkers. There's just as many Dominican Republicans in New York as well.
Again, Kehoe seen space behind, but gathered by the captain, and great chase again by this young lady.
There's a lot of space on that top side. The defence from Cayman has been sucked in once more. If these Dominican Republic ladies can go around the outside, there seems to be slowly some space opening up for them.
And again, the captain out wide, loads of space. Cayman defending very tight, and it's working for them. But they will be skinned out wide if the ball happens to get there.
Scrum half Bianca Cabrera has been kept very busy here. There's plenty of phases for her to deal with. And every time she looks up, she does have some DR forwards to shovel it to.
As we see the former Obu player here, just taking it in.
Some pod work here. The support's there as well. Good tackle from Cayman.
It's Castillo taking it in there.
DR much more organised this morning than they were yesterday. Really stringing some phases together.
And again, interesting to see how many US-based players DR has, and really it's just about getting a lot of practice together.
Yeah, no, absolutely, they look much better today. The referee came up to the AR just to consult. They've got radios on, guys, so they speak to each other quite often throughout the different phases. So if an AR sees something that referee doesn't, they'll quite often ask them to come and consult.
And again, loads of debutants on this DR team here. Many of them the first time out in the national colours, and it's great to see that, you know, all these women get opportunity to play some international rugby.
Absolutely, it's phenomenal. Nothing better than representing your country, I'm sure. Never had the pleasure myself because I wasn't very good, basically.
And again, it's Mendez taking it up there, taking 2 players to get her down. But she's still pushing, going into the half and in attacking position here.
So scrum half out to the pods again. The support reaction's a little slow, but they've got there finally. They've got one player latched on to secure that ball. Now they've got space. This is a 3v1 over there. If they can find a little bit of space and covering across again, Cayman saving themselves just 5 yards out.
And again there, the DR number 10 just pulled out into touch there. And then good defensive work there. I see the captain, Cusack, is about to throw in the line out here, and they're going to look to try to clear their lines here and release some pressure just before the half.
Wow, impressive grab at the top of that line out. Wasn't in the best place, really had to reach far over, and a good kick from Kehoe, but doesn't manage to get it out. Custodio's in all kinds of trouble back here. Support is finally arriving. Luckily the Cayman defence has arrived a bit late, and they'll take their time. Slowed the ball down. Good decision. DR trying to make some forward movement now.
That was McCarthy there, just excellent chase on the kick. The winger in sevens, the forward in this portion of the game.
Dominican Republic got acres of moments of time where Cayman are just not moving forward defensively, just waiting for them to do something rather than just taking away their space. Just giving DR some time to think, change direction. Nice little step inside there. And they're going to work it wide.
Space out wide, what they can do. Just knock forward here. And again, probably cold hands because he hasn't really gotten much ball in this game so far.
True enough. But when they do start moving it wide, you can see DR can make some progress. They become dangerous.
And just watch the reaction of that drop ball there. There's a typical forward reaction there as these backs can't catch the ball at all.
Hands in the air in disgust. Sorry. Because we know we've got to go back to do this. That's the problem. The forwards, although they enjoy the scrums, they don't enjoy them often. Sparse would be great.
And again, in the minds of forwards, the backs just sit on the wing and fix their hair.
Let's not get into it. Could be here all day.
Ladies, the first couple were awesome. Let's get back to where it was, where? Let's go again, let's go again. Hookers, hookers, hookers.
Good banter going on in there. Front row is always a good time. Where all the carrots there, you know.
The referee Raheem in the middle from Jamaica, local referee here, just taking control of this game. Again, big shove there by DR, and it's McCarthy, the powerful McCarthy, hard to take down. Big hit by DR, trying to use the space out wide. It's a Cayman team there as the referee brings a halt to this half.
Excellent. So that's the first half wrapped up. It stayed 0-0 somehow. They've basically played everything in the middle third of the park.
Wow.
And again, evenly matched possession, skills and mistakes by both teams here. As we go into the break, there much to talk about by both coaches to see how they can get a victory out of this one.
So it's interesting. Cayman much more experienced, maybe more methodical, whereas DR is, once they start throwing the ball along the line, they do find some space. So we're going to be back in a few moments for the second half. Stay with us. Plenty of rugby to see. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got we're at half time here. Dominican Republic against the Cayman Islands women's in this 12s competition. The score is 0-0. If you're just joining us, it's stayed at 0-0. They've literally pitched this game right in the middle third of the park. It's a real battle. The Cayman Islands team marginally more organised. They're playing very tactical. We've seen a couple of rolling mauls through the first half, whereas the Dominican Republic much more organised than yesterday. Definitely developed, and you'll see them sort of throwing the ball wide a little bit more. We are in Jamaica, in the Mona Bowl, Kingston, Jamaica, for this tuna in this tournament.
And here we are the highlights for the first half. And again here, Cayman Islands kicking us off. Hard to take the catch by the DR there, but again it's hard work and hard yards here. As you see, DR try to push it out wide there. And again, solid defense by Cayman Islands there, pulling the tackles as the half break goes all the way. And cover tackle here coming by Molly Kijos, the youngster, the 17-year-old, really just doing her best to get it done, as DR and Cayman hard work up the middle. And again, it's direct running here by Dominican Republic here, really just testing out Cayman Islands defense as they try to shoot it out wide again. The overlaps out there, trying to push out the captain, ball just as go to hand.
Yeah, that's been the story of this game. They've seen their opportunities just at the last moment, just when they've got it to the key player, the ball goes to ground, not quite keeping a hold of it. But someone's going to break the deadlock in this second half, I'm sure. We're going to go for a quick break. We're going to be back in just a few seconds for the second half.
Coach, the first half is 0-0, locked at 0-0. What are you going to have to say to your teams in order to get them to break that deadlock?
I think we were just talking about, I feel like we've been the better team in that half, and we're only at about 50% of what we reached yesterday. So just trying to get our defensive line speed. We're defending well, but we're defending deep. We just need to get that big push on. And then we haven't really let loose in attack yet. We're kind of showing control, but we haven't really got our X-factor players going. So just trying to get our intensity up, and I think we'll be good for the second half.
What's the game plan coming into this game?
The game plan was to try and replicate how intense we could be in defence yesterday, but then try and bring in some control in attack. So we were kind of going from that real high intensity to calm, controlled, going through our strategy, our game plan.
So what's the team talk going to be like?
Team talk is a bit of a rocket, try and get people going, try and get us a bit less flat, but then ultimately just we need to get back to our plan, our strategy.
Gio, the score is 0-0 right now, but what do you think about your team's performance in the first half?
They're putting up a great fight. I think we talked about a lot of things yesterday, and a lot of communication is getting kind of mixed around. You know, we're focusing on one thing rather than, you know, multiple things that we talked about. So now it's just about figuring out the kinks, ironing it out, and, you know, getting together and really connecting.
What's going right for the team so far, though?
They're putting in a lot of fight, you know. We're finally getting balls to hands. There's been a couple knock-ons, but more in a consistent way. They're trying to like play, get the ball out, which we're seeing a lot more today than we saw yesterday.
So what is the coach saying to the team?
He's probably very frustrated, but he's probably talking about, you know, knowing when to do the thing at the right time. It's a lot of whatever we talked about, we're doing it in the wrong times, and that's what we're trying to iron out and be sure to know this is when we do this and this is when we do this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just good timing, those interviews, we managed to squeeze them in. Thank you down there on the sideline. Dominican Republic will be kicking us off in just a few seconds. They're in the red and white to the right of your screen, kicking towards the Cayman Islands in navy blue. Good height on that kick, challenging one to deal with. There was a hand touch there, so it would have been a knock-on.
And again, they are really to get the ball into the hands of their captain, Custodio, to really lead from upside of the pitch here. And again, it's anyone's game, and you can look out for the dangerous McCarthy to really do some damage in the second half.
And I'd really like to see what Arias Jimenez can do over on this near side for Dominican Republic. She's very quick, but she's not had a chance to have ball in hand at this competition much. So it looks like they're going to do a bit of a switch right now as they're setting up this scrum. Maybe got a trick up their sleeve. Scrum half is directing traffic there. And scrum, ball is in. Massive push from Cayman, which changes things. So DR have got to change that plan, whatever it was. Custodio here on this near side now with the ball. Looks to go outside, steps back inside, looking for support. Decides to drive forward and cross that 22.
And again, Lewis is cramped if DR can get out wide. Space out wide for it if they can get it.
Yeah, that was exactly the same scenario as what I've been talking about. They're just not quite getting the ball to hand when they get to the wing. Because if they do, I think they will have some space to score.
Mistakes by both teams at key moments in the game there, as the DR on the attack, just not getting able to execute that final pass, that final important pass. And then on the flip side, Cayman Islands just can't seem to beat on the counter.
Listen to what I'm saying. Hold that push. Yeah? Alright, no more pushing. Okay? Alright. You got a bib?
No, actually.
This referee just warning about the early push. Once the ball's in, they can push, but prior to that, they're not allowed. So, seeing a little bit too much of it. So, another put in for the Dominican Republic.
Actually, there was only one here, and I think we nicked one from...
There you go, there you go. Cool.
Again, big shove by Cayman again, ticked up by Zambon. She shows and goes, slips her way through the gap. And again, the support come around the outside here. Obviously, big fend off.
Adriana Castillo with a good run. Some good support here as well.
And again, just that final pass, just eludes everyone here for DR.
Sylvia Verini now going into contact.
And again, they have acres of space out wide. If they can get it to the speedy runners, as Zambon just slows it down and tells everyone, let's wait a minute.
Cayman penalised this time for not releasing the player. Slowing the ball down a little bit. They realise that they need to slow the ball down to the ruck because the DR team are working quite well, spreading the ball wide.
Ball back into the playmaker hands. She shoots a erratic pass out wide. They still got it in the end, and we can see the fancy footwork out wide there, trying to take on the outside of the Dominican Republic, but they still pull down. Excellent defense by Cayman in the end. And that's Castillo, I believe, just stepping away, dancing away through.
Yeah, working directly. They've absorbed those forwards again, but now it's a slow ball one more time.
Again, looking for the playmaker. It finally gets into her hands. 2-on-1. Can they execute? Excellent pass. It just popped out of her hands. And again, McCarthy is everywhere. Just pulling each defender, each attacker down, sorry.
Nice little step inside there. Who was that? Castillo or Valle. And the replacement scrum half as well, looking for space, finds some, but gets hauled down.
And again, we have a player that needs some treatment here. The referee just stops the play. Player welfare here. And again, the rains are starting to just drizzle here, and just to make it for a different type of game.
Go, Holly! We can do this! We're gonna score! Guys, water, people! Get water! I want water!
Stop the clock.
You gotta get water off. Get water off. Water off. What? No.
This is it. This is it.
Okay, so we're going to get back underway. Nothing major on the medical front, so we're good to go again. As the rain starts to come down a little bit here in Jamaica.
And again, Gavin, a bit of back and forth by both teams out here, just trading mistakes at the moment. No one seems to want to score, and we need something very, very different after this stoppage.
It's got to happen soon. Probably 2/3 of the way through this game. This is the person that might be able to do it though. Custodio, when she finds space, she's very elusive. As you can see, steps 2, finally pulled down by the third potential tackler.
And again, Dare has loads of space out wide, choose to take the more direct one. And again, they just walk into the Cayman 22-meter line as Kehoe, excited defense by her.
Taking their time this time around, Dominican Republic.
And
a bit calmer.
Get out, get out.
Again, great work by DR number 11 here. She's just marching as best as she can and leading by example. But again, we see 2 steps forward, 1 step back by both teams out here.
Look forward. Time off.
Gavin, as a coach, what do you tell your team in situations like this?
Well, there's two different stories here. Like there's 2 very different skill sets. You've got the Dominican Republic. Once they can get the ball in hand, they can work it wide, and there's space out there. So for those ladies, I'd definitely say just sit a little bit deeper. Quite often the ball is not passed poorly. It's just that the attack is a little flat. The attack's a little flat at some point, so the ball tends to go behind them rather than in front of them. That's one of the issues. On the Cayman side, Cayman ladies are quite well organised, but it's just a get-up speed. They're getting off the floor a little slower, so they're not resetting their defence. So once they start defending better, then they can narrow things down a little bit quicker and use those tactics of that rolling maul, of that direct forward movement, because that's how they're going to win this game. It's got to be done through lineouts and mauls and winning their scrum, because they're a bit dominant in the scrum as well. They've got to start working, organising. For me, getting off the floor for the Cayman Islands. The DR ladies, they just need to start throwing it out wide and just sit a little deeper to receive that pass.
You see from the sideline here, Mercedes Foy just shouting and barking some instructions to the Chargers, letting them know they need to pick it up to get the win here. And again, you're viewing women's 12 action here at Monabo, Jamaica. Admission is free. Come on down to see ladies 12 action.
So they're getting underway here, but it's a Cayman ball this time, inside their own 22. Difficult to get it out there, but finally comes the way of the Cayman forwards. The number 4, Maggie Ebanks, she's powerful. Takes it up to the 22, Kehoe now. Looking for support, and they're being driven back by the DR forwards this time. Candy Bort's at the back of that one, looking for the ball. Nice little chip over from Kehoe. Custodio's struggling to deal with that. Kehoe managed to strip it. Ball still loose. Kehoe finally picks it up. Custodio's chasing her down. Hunting finally brings her to ground, and almost at the 22 of the Dominican Republic. A battle at the ruck. A quick pickup. The number 8, McCarthy's run away with it. She's going to get over the line, and finally the deadlock comes. Kelson, phenomenal work from the Cayman ladies.
And again, we see the great work, and it started by Molly Kehoe, the youngster there, the great vision to chip and chase, and then it's this powerful McCarthy, just picks it up, has too much pace for the DR defenders, and under the sticks for the first try of the game.
Yeah, finally, from the original chip ahead from Keogh, that's what unlocked the Dominican Republic defense. I thought for a moment Custodio was going to grab the ball and with some open space. Didn't work out for her, just an unlucky bobble. Keogh took advantage, McCarthy finished it off.
And again, the shouts from the coach at the sideline worked, and it sparked some inspiration by the team here. And again, DR all to play for, want to finish this tournament at least one win under their belts.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it? We've got 5 minutes left. And DR keep themselves in it. The wind's blustering around, so Keogh's going to struggle to get that ball to stay stable on the tee. She may be... looks like it's stabilized, but that wind's pretty strong. She manages to get that over. That takes it to 7-0. A marginal difference, but enough so far for Cayman. DR needs to come out here fast.
And again, great young player is Molly Kehoe. She is a player to watch going forward, and she has lots of rugby years ahead of her, and excellent work and excellent skill and vision to create that try.
Yes, absolutely one for the future. Wonder what she's going to be doing with her career. Remember the name. The Dominican Republic are going to get us back underway. They've got to come out here aggressive, and they do not look like they're up for it. They're standing around just kind of waiting right now. If they come out aggressive at this stage, they can really get back into this game. It's tight. It's not all lost yet. There's a maul going forward. DR is still, now it's finally come to ground. DR surely want to play quickly here. They don't want to sit around waiting. And finally they get going again. Taking it straight down the middle. A couple of big bumps in there. Good work from DR. Driving the forwards. Now there's some space for them. Can they play out wide? Gracie Martinez, quick hands. Nice little step inside. An overlap. Can she release Custodio? No, she's going on her own. She's seen the try line. She's working through it. She's got very close. Surely she's dotted it down now. Time off. Consult with the AR.
And again, Denise Zambon from the Old Blue Club there, just taking it on her own, just putting the team on her back and just pulling it all the way there. The referee just confirmed with his AR to see if that try was actually dotted down. But again, excellent work by the young lady.
Come on, hold up.
Ball was held up, says the referee. Devastating news for DR. Great work from their captain to go as far as she did. She did have the option of going outside, but she went inside. And it looks like, yeah, she's got an arm. Came and got an arm underneath that ball before she could dot it down. Rocked onto her back.
And again, extra work by Quincy Cusack, the captain there, just putting her body in the lines, literally, to stop that try. As you see, DR tried to come back on the offensive there and just knocking it on, just giving Cayman Islands back the ball.
So that's going to be a Cayman ball there, just outside their 22. They're going to want to slow things down a little bit now. It's only a 7-point difference, but after a 0-0 game for so long, they're probably pretty happy with that, and can sense victory on the horizon.
And again, about 2 minutes left on the clock, and everything still to play for. Cayman Islands in charge just slightly, and again we're going to see the nice width of the youngster Molly Kehoe, and she's going to continue doing what she does, which is to inspire her Cayman team.
Yep, kicking well, helps with the wind behind her, but not taking anything away from her. She's played phenomenally well so far today and all weekend. I didn't catch any of her earlier games, but from the other commentary team, they said that she was the one to keep an eye on.
And again, as we're speaking of Molly Kehoe, she's basically, her whole family has played rugby for Cayman Islands apparently, so no, it runs in the blood, and probably she's been at all those games growing up, and really just rugby is literally in her veins.
Yeah, I think she's got older brothers and a father and an uncle or something like that. I remember I've done a lot of the games and that name has popped up a lot from the islands, but maybe the older generations. Just beginning to show my age now.
And again, Molly Kehoe making her under 19 debut at 15 years old. So not always the youngest player in every team she plays in.
Nice job. On the mark. On the mark.
Well, it's a nice combination between Kehoe and McCarthy. They work very well together, and then they've got a nice little cluster of backs that kind of sit behind McCarthy, waiting for those offloads. And sometimes they need it, sometimes they don't. But it's a great combo. There's that big push again from Cayman. They've won that one. Kehoe's got it, and she digs over again. She's found some space. Custodio's got to deal with this for the second time. Finally manages to pull it in. Great work, Custodio. Steps inside. She's quick, but she's wrapped up well at the 22. But it's put them in a good position. Now they just need to put pressure on DR and finish this game off. Tackles are coming in quick. Urgency in the defensive line. DR looking for the top side. Martinez, lots of experience from Life University in the USA.
Again, DR try to take it out wide. Big handoff, but getting Kehoe to the floor there. DR just run up to the 10-meter line. Excellent work.
High tackle from the Cayman Islanders. DR will get the ball back. Well played, DR.
DR put in danger to the time, as very little time left, and if any time is a strike, it's right now.
Looking to work wide. Again, Custodio finds a little space here. She's gone past one quite easily. Still got a lot of work to do. There's 3 bodies in front of her. Kehoe makes the tackle.
And again, strange enough, it almost looked like a teammate helped her tackle to the floor, as they have space out wide and they keep coming on the narrow side, but they made excellent yardage so far. And again, all the bodies on the floor there. DR need to put it out wide there. Zabon pushes out wide, throws a dummy, and she goes all the way back on her own there. Beats one. Big tackle by Cayman Islands. She needs support. And again, quick ball out on the short side. Tries to get it out. McCarthy is everywhere, wrapped up. But advantage is playing offside. They need quick hands out wide if they can get it.
Yep, there's space out there if they can go. She holds on to it. Ends up on getting wrapped up by 3 Cayman players. There's still space on that top side. They've got a 2v1 if they can use it. They can't maintain the ball. The chance goes begging. Several times DR could have gone that top side, and they decided to step in and challenge the forwards. The forwards of Cayman is where they've got their experience. Tapped and gone. They're coming this near side. She's been let through. Can she dodge it down? Yes, she can. He says yes. We're in agreement, but they've got to pull off one hell of a kick to equal it up. Kehoe got the conversion earlier.
And again, as the replay, powerful running there by Mendez, the NYC Village Lions player. And again, she shows her experience there by firing over the line there. Great strength by her, and a difficult kick to come to level the score. And Gavin, very, very difficult game for both teams, as mistakes just creeping into the game. A difficult kick for Zambon with a breeze on her back.
No good, no good. Cayman jubilant, they're happy with that. The failed kick at the end from the Dominican Republic leaves it 7-5. Cayman Islands coming away with this win. Hard fought game. I would have been happy to see 7-7 on that one because I really couldn't tell them apart. Two very different styles, but definitely both put equal effort and got equal success, but just that kick was the difference.
And again, Garvin, just a little too much mistakes by both teams and just not getting the right area of the pitch. As you see earlier in the game, there are loads of space out wide. They just can have the hands to get it and execute this, guys.
Yep, 5-7. We're going to have a look at these highlights. So as the two teams came out, I said to the beginning, this is going to be a tight one, and I was accurate for once. Cayman came at it strong in terms of tactics, but DR wanted to play like this. They're working side to side, always trying to work around the outside. They spent a bit of time sort of trying to go through the middle, and it wasn't working for them, so they changed it up and went side to side, stretching the Cayman defense. That was Bosch going through the middle. She was underutilized, I believe. She could have really done a lot more damage. The scrum half was busy, and you can see that top side, there's always a bit of space on the Cayman defense, but that was the category of errors. We always saw them dropping the ball at the end. Kehoe was influential. She chipped over to get to this stage. Great footballing skills to get her there, and then McCarthy always seems to polish things off for the Caymans, doesn't she? And dotted that one down with a chaser. That was the main kick that made the difference, though. Kehoe getting the 2 conversion points. DR got themselves back into it. That one was held up, but this was the try that lit up the last couple of minutes of the game, but they couldn't get the kick over, so it finishes 7-5 to the Cayman Islands. I'm going to shoot you down to the interviews now.
Alright, well, not the result that you would have wanted, but how did the team play overall?
No el resultado que nosotros esperábamos, pero ¿cómo tú crees que el equipo jugó?
No, el equipo jugó relativamente bien. Entendemos que hay alta y baja y cosas que mejorar, como todo en la vida, pero el resultado siempre es positivo. Y no era lo que esperábamos, pero nos sentimos bien.
Definitely not what we were hoping for, but we played relatively well. There's some lows, there's some highs. I think we played well, but it was not the result that we wanted. So there's a lot of things that we need to improve on, for sure.
What were some of those highs that you saw?
¿Cuáles fueron algunas de las altas?
Bueno, la recuperación de los balones que tuvimos, los drops, fuimos cada vez más aumentando el apoyo y la continuidad del balón. Pudimos abrir más nuestro juego.
Yeah, just recovering the ball overall and just being there for the rucks and be able to move the ball. I think that's something that we wanted to improve on, and I think in this game we showed what we can do, which was a lot better than what we did during Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, for sure.
So what is the rest and recuperation going to be like ahead of your game at 3 o'clock?
Para el siguiente juego, ¿cómo va a ser nuestro descanso? ¿Cómo va a ser nuestra recuperación?
Bien, planeamos ir donde dormimos, ver los videos, analizarlos y poder sacar las conclusiones necesarias para mejorar nuestro estilo de juego.
Just be able to just watch the games, just see what we did, what was it that we needed to improve on, and just move from there.
All right, all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lo mejor para ti.
Oh, gracias.
Thank you.
Let's have a chat now with the coach from the Cayman Islands. Coach, you did say that you wanted to finally unleash the attack in the second half. You were able to do that. What do you think about the girls' performance?
Yeah, just so pleased for them that we've come away with a win that I think we really deserved yesterday. So this is actually our first win since the women's team has come back, like in 7s or 12s. So just really pleased for everyone that it all came together.
You're coming up against Trinidad and Tobago in the 3rd and 4th game. What do you know about them?
We know that we had a very physical game against them in the 7s. We know that they have some really dominant players. I'm hoping that we can, again, bring that line speed and control. I think it'll be a really even game if we can take our kind of momentum from this into that game.
All right, well, then we'll see you later this evening.
See you later. Thank you.
Good.